How you doing there, folks? Baters here with another Top 10. Today we're going to look at the top 10 game-changing mods in Fallout 4. Remember, if you like this video, to be sure to hit that like button. I mean, hit it like you recently caught it perving on your wife from the kitchen window. Now, if you're playing on Xbox, be sure to keep a lookout for this toe sucker, because that's an indicator that that mod featured is available on your console. Note that all the mods featured are available on PC, as we do all our mod reviews on the PC version of Fallout 4. Now go ahead and put thong underpants on a toy gorilla, and let's get to Averagebating, baby! At number 10, we've got Anime Race by Hyoko Mod. Have you ever wanted to make your Fallout 4 females look like anime characters? Well then, this mod is sure to puff up your nipples. With this mod installed, you'll be able to change the player character or followers to the anime race, which looks super good in the game. It'll give them a cartoon type appearance with perfectly smooth, acne-free skin, a tiny, almost non-existent nose, itty-bitty dick-sucking lips, and giant bug eyes. Now, it sounds kind of freaky, but I'm gonna be honest, these anime chicks make my butt cheeks wetter than a rubber ducky in a bubble bath. By the way, my butt cheeks get sweaty when I'm horny. You know that feeling you get when you're super attracted to a woman and you look deeply into her eyes and see a glimmer of hope that maybe someday you'll be together. Then just as you're about to build up the courage to talk to her, you fall right out of the bushes. And she calls the cops. It's a total buzzkill. Well, this mod is exactly like that feeling just before you fall out of the bushes. Exciting and kind of sexy. Now, this mod will totally change the way you play the game, really bringing a whole new look and feel to Fallout 4. Now, the anime race looks awesome and weirdly enough feels believable in the game. Maybe not the most immersive mod on this list, but definitely a fun addition. I rate this mod 2 deputies who are about to get bodied by a falling ninja bear. At number 9, we've got Fallout 3 Ghoul Replacer by the Fried Turkey. Ghouls are a big part of any playthrough of Fallout, as they are one of the most common enemies you'll come across while traversing the world space. So how they look cosmetically can really set the tone for this post-apocalyptic wasteland. I don't know about you guys, but I thought the ghouls in Fallout 4 were butt cheeks compared to the ghouls in New Vegas and Fallout 3. The previous Fallout ghouls just look like more of a threat, you know? I just feel like the ghouls in Fallout 4 look all bloated and lazy. Like, yeah, they'll chase ya, but not if there's something good on TV. Well, this mod author changed all that by revamping the ghouls in Fallout 4 to look a lot more like the ghouls in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. The ghouls now look a lot more intimidating and set a much more serious tone when you encounter one in a dusty crevice somewhere. I just find these new ghouls give me chills right down to my man parts. More often than not, I play Fallout now with goosebumps on my ball bag. It's not weird, I've seen a doctor about it. Now, the last time I can remember being this frightened was when a guy walked up to me out of nowhere and asked me to spot him while he worked out. Which would have been no big deal except we were 20 miles from the nearest gym. Also, he was sitting in a van when he asked me. So I guess he just thought I'd hop into his murder van to drive half a city away to spot him in my jeans. Okay, psycho. Nice try. Now that I think about it, actually, he might have been asking for directions. I was a little drunk at the time. Thinking back, throwing a live chicken at his van might have been a bit unnecessary. Live and learn, though. Live and learn. Anyways, this is a great mod that is both incredibly immersive and will completely change up your game. The ghouls look awesome with realistic meshes and textures. Now, these might be the ghouls from previous Fallout games, but the mod author did a great job upgrading them aesthetically for Fallout 4. I rate this mod one guy trying to prove to everyone he can suck his own salami.
I'm really close here, guys.
At number 8, we've got Mutant Powers by the Lone Warrior. I think there's a little boy inside of all of us when we think about superpowers in video games. Hypothetically speaking, that is. I don't think there's actually like a little boy going around butt-fucking everyone thinking about superpowers. That would be insane. And also super wrong on so many levels. But it would lead to a lot of questions. Simply put, superpowers are awesome. and before this mod, they were basically non-existent in Fallout 4. However, with this mod installed, it will almost certainly change the way you play the game, creating entirely new builds, playthroughs, and playstyles. Now you and your enemies can have superpowers. This mod adds 104 categories of superpowers with varied effects under each power with new scripts, effects, and meshes. It includes powers like teleportation, flight, actual time travel, and so much more. Now, in order to gain these powers, you must defeat enemies. Certain enemies have more of a chance of giving you special powers, like for instance highly irradiated enemies like the Children of Adam. Either way, you're gonna have to bounce around the world space to collect all these new, cool superpowers. Now, the only downside to having these sweet superpowers is now people are gonna want to treat you differently because you're a superhero and all. You know, pointing at you in public, taking photos of you for no reason, stalking you in the men's bathroom while you're taking a shit. You know, usual celebrity stuff. I always think that maybe if I had superpowers in real life, that maybe bus drivers would let me ride the bus without the exact change every time. You know, have you guys ever tried to ride the bus and you didn't have exact change, so the bus driver wouldn't let you on? Yeah, it happened to me yesterday. So me and my pet bear had to walk to the corner store. It was really inconvenient. Anyways, I rate this mod one lady getting sprinklered right in the butthole. At number 7, we've got Cheat Terminal by Nexus AU. Cheating is generally frowned upon in the real world. If you cheat on a math test, they might kick you out of school. You cheat in the Olympics, they might take the medal back. And if you cheat on your wife, you might get stabbed in your ball bag. Generally, cheating is a shitty thing to do, and in video games, cheating again is pretty uncool. However, cheating in Fallout 4 is the exception, as it can actually make the game more enjoyable. So although a cheat terminal might not be the best way to start the game, it's a great tool that comes in handy during those later playthroughs. Now, how you play Fallout is going to change over time. At first you might not need this, but later on you might want it. You know, just like how people change over time. For instance, I used to wear a diaper and shit myself while I watched Blue's Clues. But that was yesterday. Today I'm watching Die Hard. Now let's say that you want to start a new playthrough, but not lose all the progress you had from your last playthrough that took you 900 hours of in-game grinding. Well, with cheats, you can start fresh and keep the progress. You can also mod the game to fit your particular playstyle, making Fallout 4 that much more enjoyable. So, although cheating is bad, it's not only acceptable behavior in Fallout, it's also recommended at times. Now this is a great mod that will definitely change the way you play the game. I rate this mod the face you make when you get your first erection. What is this? At number 6, we've got Fallout 4 Seasons by Frog Princess Q4. Fallout is a great game that lets you roleplay as pretty much anyone you want to be in a world space that reacts to your choices. Time also moves forward as you play through the game. Play it long enough and the months and years will actually change. However, the seasons won't change at all, which can really kill immersion. Yes, nukes went off and bodied 90% of humanity, but Boston's still gonna get a few inches of snow in them chilly months. However, with this mod installed, you won't have to sacrifice immersion during the different seasons of the year. You'll be able to switch between all 4 seasons as you play through the game. Each season having its own distinct design and feel in the game. Summer will give you a sweaty bum crack. Fall is colorful, but will be sure to wake up your nips. Winter is colder than Elsa's tears, and spring is blooming and bursting with new plant life. It's like a regular orgy of emotions no matter what the season. I love it. Changing the environment can have a huge effect on your playthrough of the game. As we all know, aesthetic changes can be a big deal. For instance, I naturally have pretty curly hair, so sometimes I like to use a flat iron and straighten it, which I think makes it look really nice. But all my girlfriend can say is stop straightening your pubes with my stuff. Boundaries or whatever. Needless to say, straightening my pubes is a game changer, just like this mod. So don't let yourself be trapped in one boring, unimmersive season ever again. Let your game grow and evolve with you as you play through the game. Now, the only bummer is that the seasons don't change on their own. You're gonna have to do this manually. But it's still a huge step in the right direction for you immersive buffs out there. Oh yeah. I rate this mod one designated driver who might not be totally qualified. Okay, Sparkles. Get us home safe and sound. At number 5, we've got Militarized Minutemen by Corvalho 1. Now, it's no question that the Minutemen in Fallout 4 needed a makeover. okay? You know, the vanilla Minutemen look like a group of homeless mall cops or something. Their uniforms don't match, they look unorganized, and if I had to guess, I bet more than a few of them are bedwetters. It's more common than you think. This mod changes all that and completely overhauls the Minutemen in Fallout 4, making them an actual force to be reckoned with. This mod will give them a military aesthetic and design. Now they'll look formidable and organized. They will now look and feel like a real faction in the Commonwealth. This mod adds over 15 modular military-themed items for the Minutemen, overhauling the faction with different classes and combat styles. Now you can choose to add just the cosmetics only, or you can install the leveled list version, which overhauls the faction completely. The items are distributed to different classes that are unlocked by leveling up from the very beginning to level 60. Some of these units being infantry, rangers, recon, cavalry, field medics, veterans, and so much more. This mod is sure to completely change the game in the sense that now you might actually respect the Minutemen during your playthrough of the game. I rate this mod the face you make when you're pretty sure you've seen a ghost. Well, I'm never sleeping again. At number 4, we've got Clearwater of the Commonwealth by Faewin. Now, the atmosphere in Fallout 4 is desolate, gunky, and lacking any real vibrant colors. Needless to say, the Commonwealth wouldn't be a prized destination on The Price is Right. Now, you might not be able to make Fallout 4 look like a fairy tale wonderland, but you can powder its titties a little with this mod installed. This mod will change the water in Fallout 4 from a slimy green to crystal clear or tropical blue. Now, there are actually 4 variants to choose from. There is clean, clear, crystal, and my favorite, tropical, which in my opinion will really liven things up. A mod like this is sure to almost completely change the atmosphere in the game. Now, instead of feeling alone and desperate for some radiation-free food, this place will feel happier and make you want to bust out a Mai Tai by the pool. Maybe even invite over some local scuzz for a game of cribbage. Needless to say, this mod will give your game some much-needed style in terms of the water in the game. This mod is like boob implants for your Fallout game. Yeah, she might not need those double D balloon titties, but boy are they neat. Just like this mod. This water is now boob neat, okay? And here's a fun fact. Makeovers aren't always a good thing. For instance, there seems to be a stigma around men getting makeovers or plastic surgery. But yet when ladies do it, it's no big deal. Like for instance, when a lady at my work got her lips done, everyone was like complimenting her and saying, oh my god, they look amazing. Yet I get my nipples attached to my face and everyone freaks out like I'm some sort of psycho. But what do they know, man? I'm just trying to express myself. Anyways. I rate this mod 1 dog that just got hit by a golf ball.
Ah! What the f***?
At number 3, we've got Legendary Modification by TLZ. Let's face it, finding a legendary weapon or armor piece in Fallout is always a real treat. However, there are some disadvantages to legendaries in Fallout 4. Like for instance, let's say you find a weapon with a wicked legendary, but it's on a poopy weapon or armor. It's like getting clothing for Christmas. You get all excited because it's in a big box, only to find out it's a sweater. Like, what the f***, Grandma? This mod changes that, though, and lets you put legendary effects on your favorite weapons or armors in the game. Now, there is an immersive version where you still have to find the legendary weapons or armor with the desired effect, and then you can actually switch them to other weapons and armor. And there's also a game-breaking variation of this mod where you can just legendary up any weapon or armor with any effects all willy-nilly, which is kind of cool. Now, this is definitely the type of mod that's sure to change the way you play Fallout 4, making your favorite weapons that much more formidable in the game. You're never, ever gonna waste a legendary effect ever again. I rate this mod that moment when you're doing something super private and someone opens the door and surprises you. Ah! What is it? At number 2, we've got Silent Protagonist by Coffee Addict UK. One of the things that's different about Fallout 4 from the previous Fallout games is the addition of voice actors for both the male and female protagonists in the game. Now, this is a really cool feature, but depending on your character build, it can actually take away from your immersion in the game. Well, this mod ameliorates that and creates a silent protagonist yet again in the game. This way, you'll be able to roleplay until your panties burst. And boy, do I love to roleplay until my panties burst. This mod is sure to change your game almost completely and prompt you to talk to a video game again for hours at a time. And when your mom busts in to ask who you're talking to, you can freak out and scream, "Nobody, Mom! F***! Get out of my room!" I rate this mod the face you make when you watch the 8th season of Game of Thrones. At number 1, we've got Fallout 2287 Gas Mask of the Wasteland by Divine122. Now, Fallout 4 is a post-apocalyptic wasteland, yet you can walk around letting your hair down, free to blow in the irradiated breeze like a nuclear war didn't even happen. It never even was. It just seems strange to me that the air would be safe to ingest all up in your gullet with no safety precautions at all. If you want to walk around in nothing but ladies' underwear, like you're 12 beers deep on spring break, well then guess what? Nothing bad's gonna happen. Have at her. Well, this mod attempts to ameliorate that discrepancy in the game by making the environment unhabitually toxic. Now you'll have to wear gas masks around to protect from radiation exposure. Leaving your domicile now without the proper protective gear will get you a lethal dose of radiation to the face. The Wasteland is now as serious as losing somebody's pet. I should know, just last week I lost my friend's pet when I was looking after it. So I did what anyone would do in that situation, and I went around the neighborhood posting photos of my friend's pet with a number for people to contact me. The good news is that I got a bunch of phone calls. The bad news is apparently you're not supposed to call a human baby a pet. Anyways, in order to survive in the Wasteland now, you'll also have to constantly change the filters in the mask to make sure you're up to safety standards, or else you'll die really fast. Now, this mod has its own custom sounds and animations that really immerse you in the world space. This mod is sure to not only change the way you play the game, but also the way you see the game. Before this mod, Fallout 4 was a pretty chill environment, with the odd deathclaw here and there to keep you on your toes. But with this mod installed, exploration becomes a task in and of itself. Even just making it to Diamond City at the first of the game can prove challenging with this mod installed. This is one of the best mods that I've seen for Fallout 4, and it's an excellent addition to anyone's playthrough of the game. I rate this mod the face you make when the bartender doesn't think you're legal drinking age. Thanks again for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to bitch slap that subscribe button like it's 3 weeks behind on your rent. Bitch! Where's the money, bitch? Where's the money? Where is it? Also, go ahead and hit that bell icon too, because apparently YouTube thought there should be extra steps. Why not, right?
I'd like to subscribe, but first I have to click this and do this. Oh, it needs an email. All right, and this. Okay. Just tell me when he's uploading.
Once you do all that, if you're lucky, at the stroke of midnight, a tiny little Averagebaters fairy might come and tickle your butthole. I hope to see you all again next time, and remember to keep on average baiting, baby.